Let's chat. What's up, automators? Justin, founder of AutomationMaster.net, here to help you, coach, speaker, and trainer, create automated systems to save time and generate more revenue. And so, one thing, and this is real recent, is we had a leak here in our basement, and we're trying to figure out where it came from. So it's coming from the sink, like the sink is like right there, where you can see where the leak is. But we're trying to figure out the source of it. And so recently we've had some problems with some backups in the sink, and because we have a septic system, and it was an old house when we got it, and so we couldn't use a disposal, and because it was positioned weird, whatever. A little more technical than I am aware. Now, when I first put the house, when we first moved in, I decided I was going to be Mr. DIY King, plumber, electrician, painter, contractor, all that jazz, just because again we're moving in, trying to save as much money as we can. If we had other projects we wanted to spend the money on, plumbing was not one of them. So I fashioned this thing of arranging, and it was a journey. Like I had flooded out not flooded, but I had left quite the puddle. It may have been larger than a small puddle on the floor of the kitchen more than a couple times, because of some failed plumbing. Like it kept happening over and over and over again. And so eventually I got it right. Now we fast forward to today, and when we had the leak, and the guy had the plumber come out, and the guy's like, well, there's a few things wrong here. One, your pipe is in the wall, but then two, who on earth organized these pipes this way out your sink? Like, what person did that? And I'm standing, I'm like, me? So, like, I didn't want to admit that I was the one that did it, but I did. I was like, yeah, well, this kind of was me. I didn't really know what else to do. He's like, well, I wouldn't be able to snake this thing anyway because your configuration is so janky. Of course this thing's going to clog up. And at the end of the day, because of all that, and because I didn't just bring in a professional initially, it would have made the right updates earlier on. We now had a fix that was going to require over $2,000. Now, was it all because I jacked things up? No, it was an old house. But what would have been nice is if a professional came in earlier and said, you should probably do this, this, and this before you do all these renovations in here to make life a little bit easier. And it probably would have been cheaper, and I've had more time to shop around and get different prices and not have this emergency fix that needs to be done. So you can just charge as much as needed. At the end of the day, doing it myself cost us as a family over $2,000. And this is just putting and fixing some piping. We're not even talking about you and your business and your dreams and your goals that are supposed to equate to, one of these 6 or 7 figure claims. Again, you are seeing everyone talking about making the 6 and 7 figures. Go speak to someone who's making a high 6 or a 7 figure and see whether or not they are doing it all alone. See or not whether they hired a coach. See or not whether they have a team. Or did they decide to bring in some other experts? Again, this idea that we need to do it all ourselves, needs to be dead. We need to kill this idea. Again, I know I'm not perfect with it. There's still some things that I enjoy doing in my business and other things that I don't. And so that way, I just, even with this video that you're seeing, I have a team now that is editing this stuff, right? So I didn't edit this anymore. I had made a decision, a conscious effort, a goal. I wrote it down that I would no longer edit all of my videos. It's just not gonna happen. Not gonna do it. So I stopped it. Right? So you have to take a look at your business and just tell yourself, DIY is dead. Tell yourself, put in the comments, DIY is dead. You will no longer do everything yourself. There are things that you are better meant to spend your time on. Okay? So again, DIY is dead. Now, if for some reason you want this shirt, right? I plan on probably doing some other versions of it. I didn't even plan on saying, hey, if you want this shirt, let me know. because I'm not in this to sell apparel. But if you do want something like this, let me know, and I can get one to you. Figure out how much that'll cost you for me to be able to get it to you. But that's it. Again, if you enjoyed this and you're tired of doing things yourself, check out the free training, automatewithease.com. Again, automatewithease.com. 100% free training. There's no $9.97 pitch at the end. This is good content, and at the end of it, we give you some information on how you can speak to us further for us to further evaluate your business and talk about working together. But again, it's pitch free. Okay? That's what I got. If you enjoyed this, share this with a friend, family member, or even your worst enemy, because they need this information too. I appreciate you and all that you do. I'll see you in the next one, and as usual, treat each day as a building block to a better future. Peace.